One of the interesting points about the signing of all these great free agents and the key draft choices by the Patriots is that it puts pressure on each player to improve their performance. In the case at hand, I'm sure this player is more than ready for the challenge. Let's discuss that. Today, the spotlight is on Kyle Williams, a true force on the field. When the organization was asked how to describe Kyle Williams in one word, they chose the term dedicated. Allow me to explain. Kyle Williams is ready to become an imposing presence for the Patriots receivers. He joins a team full of opportunities where a strong performance could lead him to become a starter, making decisive plays, catching passes from Drake May, and most importantly, bringing joy to both fantasy football fans and Patriots supporters. The use of the term dedicated carries significant weight as it demonstrates strong determination. Now, I know many have supported the defensive team, especially Polk and Baker, and I recognize the challenges faced by the coaching staff last season, along with various other issues. I sincerely hope they succeed. However, considering a rookie who started his journey at UNLV, this reflects a resilience mindset that he brought to Washington State. For those who follow college football, Washington State is not exactly a standout program in the Pac-12. The program faced difficulties, but Kyle Williams managed to shine, demonstrating his skills and determination. This dedication to improvement and continuous effort is what truly sets him apart and positions him as a key player for the future. The team in the Pac-12 is not seen as an elite football program, but Kyle Williams has the chance to step in and show his talent. This is because he shows a strong commitment to hard work, a willingness to improve his skills, and a genuine desire to contribute to the organization. Once again, this highlights that Kyle Williams is truly remarkable. Among all the athletes I've met, it seems that Kyle Williams has attracted one of the most significant amounts of attention. What do you think about that? Is Kyle Williams really what he appears to be? Have you heard more about him compared to other players? I would love to hear your thoughts. Personally, I'm quite optimistic about Kyle Williams. His jumping ability could give a significant boost to this offense. Alongside athletes like Stephon Diggs and Pop Douglas, it promises to be exciting to watch. Next, an All-Pro from the Patriots was highlighted as the team's top rising player. You might be wondering, All-Pro, what does that mean? Yes, Marcus Jones was an All-Pro returner. While he faced some challenges last year, I believe he has the potential for a stellar season, especially with someone like Christian Gonzalez, another All-Pro player by his side. Also, on the other side, Clayton Davis III adds depth. And if he can stay healthy, the cornerbacks could truly shine. With Marcus contributing on defense and playing the slot position, I anticipate that this defense could really stand out, as the new generation would say, with consistent performance and significant improvements over last season. Last year, there were moments when he was used on offense, but I believe that with better players around him, his performance will improve. Moreover, he dealt with some injury issues, but played the most defensive snaps of his career last season, resulting in an overall better performance so far, indicating plenty of room for further progress. Jones is ready to play in the slot again this season. We must also take into account that Kobe Minor was chosen as quarterback. However, if Mike Vrabel had a chance to, with 586 defensive snaps, that resulted in an outstanding career grade across all areas, leaving plenty of room for growth. It's clear that, as mentioned before, he is scheduled to play in the slot position again this season. It's important to emphasize this. While he was selected as quarterback, if the coaching staff intended for him to play as a cornerback in the slot, they likely would have prioritized the cornerback position much earlier. Therefore, I believe he is in a comfortable position. Of course, he was recognized as an All-Pro, and I truly hope he shines in the return game this upcoming year as well. So don't underestimate this standout player, who still has immense potential. At 26 years old, he's a true talent. On another note, a player shared his initial impression of a teammate. It's a funny anecdote because they were talking about a golf game. The athlete in question really knows how to hit the ball with force. It's a real rocket, which is great for golf. I'm sure he must be hitting well over 300 yards on his drives, unless he plays like a cautious golfer. And any smart golfer I know rarely uses a driver and tends to go for a 3-wood or something similar, but still makes a solid shot. Anyway, It's an interesting story, and it's great to see that a player with league experience is being well regarded by the coaching staff, who brought him in to act as a mentor both on and off the field. It's important to remember that this player has been through various teams, and in a way, even though he's a Pro Bowler, the young guy is still adapting to life in the league and dealing with all these different situations. I'm sure he can do an exceptional job. Also, it's interesting to note that he actually met another player and mentioned how much of a fan he was of him. But again, I appreciate this athlete's playing style. So share your thoughts. What do you think about a particular player? Will, once again, within his draft class, he be the standout? I know I've asked this question several times already. I truly admire the playing style of this particular player much more than the one mentioned earlier. So comment below. Let me know what you think about a specific athlete. Once again, I ask, within this draft class, who have you heard more about? I feel like it's him. I believe he has immense potential. A player I honestly hadn't considered until I started reading an article is another standout. Do you remember he was used in some offensive plays? I'm not entirely sure how many plays he participated in last year, but he was involved in some of them. Again, as an all-pro returner, he should be able to contribute on offense. From what I recall, he was part of a few jet sweep plays or something similar, where you get a fast player moving and observe how the defense positions itself. It's tricky because there are slot receivers who are extremely fast. It's difficult to cover them, especially depending on who's in coverage. Anyway, let me know what you think. Does this player deserve to be a standout this year? If you don't think he will be the standout player, who do you think will be? I feel like I need to start using sunscreen every time I show up here. I get a little more red. I'm almost becoming a real tomato. Maybe someone mentioned, you don't need sunscreen, just drink more water. Again, that doesn't work for people who are very pale. That's just how it is. Anyway, we'll talk more later. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Uncertainty clouds the New England Patriots training camp as rumors intensify about a possible injury to star wide receiver Stefon Diggs. Though no official statement has been released by the team, multiple unconfirmed reports suggest Diggs may have suffered an injury during a closed practice session earlier this week. The wideout, acquired by the Patriots in a headline-making offseason trade, was expected to be the focal point of a retooled offense aiming to rebound from last season's struggles. Diggs, known for his elite route running and explosive playmaking ability, has not been seen at team activity since Monday, fueling speculation among fans and media alike. Team representatives have so far declined to comment on his status, citing internal policy on injuries and player privacy. Sources close to the situation have hinted at a possible lower body issue, though details remain scarce. For now, Patriots head coach Jerod Mayo continues to downplay the rumors, insisting that all players not present are undergoing routine evaluations or maintenance. Still, the absence of Diggs raises concerns about the Patriots' readiness for the upcoming season. With a young quarterback room and a largely unproven receiving core beyond Diggs, his presence on the field is seen as essential. Any significant time missed could dramatically affect the team's offensive rhythm and overall expectations. Across social media, fans have expressed a mix of concern and frustration, with many demanding clarity from the organization. While it's not uncommon for teams to keep injury news under wraps during the preseason, the lack of transparency in this case has only fueled speculation further. Until more information becomes available, the potential loss of Stefon Diggs, even temporarily, casts a shadow over New England's preparations for the 2025 NFL season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.